Time for the 49ers Rush Podcast.
Welcome to another edition of the 49ers roster countdown. We are at 66. And outside of Brock Purdy, the quarterback, this is the first drafted rookie that we have on this list. And again, as we go through him, I think you'll realize why we have him at 66. Defensive lineman, tackle really, Kalia Davis. Energy, fun, hilarious, class clown. Dude is just electrifying on and off the field, and his story mimics that as well. He's going to be wearing jersey number 93, which is bold, going with the DJ Jones number afterwards. And, you know, he plays like DJ Jones, body style similar to DJ Jones, 6'2", 310, and he's 23 years old. Now, one of the things that's probably most interesting about Kalia Davis, he was a linebacker. Linebacker in high school, played at West Florida Tech in Pensacola, Florida, right next to the Alabama border. Like, it's got Alabama on top, it's got Alabama to the side, and it's got the ocean on the bottom. It's basically Southern Alabama, the Fighting Jaguars. And, man, he was a top-tier inside linebacker his entire kind of career. Played for Harry Lee's at Florida Tech and was named, class 5A All-State as a linebacker. Kind of did, All-State as a junior, All-State as a senior. He was a 3-star recruit by ESPN and number 41 amongst inside linebackers in the country. Now, he chose his college entire thing, he went to Central Florida, which is interesting, but they get a lot of top-tier prospects. They get a lot of talent, no doubt. He redshirts his freshman year, but was all academic team, his redshirt freshman year. Then comes back, played 10 games, as linebacker, all that stuff. Again, all academic team. His sophomore year, last year, he started the year at inside linebacker and transitioned to defensive lineman, which is interesting. So the last 9 games of the season, he went to defensive tackle and just kind of a pass rusher, whatever else. He was named first team all-conference by Pro Football Focus, his first year ever playing DT. Again, earned all academic team honors and conference honors for the AAC as a redshirt sophomore. Redshirt junior year, opted out for COVID, but still was all academic conference again. I mean, almost every single prospect we talk about on this list, intelligence, academics, work ethic, character, that is what they're going after. Now, his redshirt senior year, 2021, started the first 5 games of the season and then tore his ACL. Now, hold on. This is one of the very first players that the 49ers have drafted in the past 2 draft classes that has a quote-unquote current injury. And I get everybody's like, why draft these guys? Well, the reason why he was drafted is because the 49ers currently have 3 defensive tackles in the last year of their contracts. And so because of that, this is a pick for next year. The 49ers redshirt rookies, we know that. This kid is going to be redshirted. Might come back if there's an injury or something in November, December, but that's the earliest he's going to be around. And when they drafted him, that was the entire plan. Like, they didn't think that they had somebody that could make the roster at that point, and so they drafted somebody that could help in the future. So this is he's going to start off on IR, probably NFI, non-football injury related, because even though the injury took place playing football, if an injury takes place before you're drafted, it is classified as a non-football injury. I hate how they do that, but anyway, that's what it is. Now, if we look at what he was able to accomplish in 5 games, mind you, okay, just in 5 games before he tore his ACL, made 17 tackles, 4.5 tackles for loss, had 1 sack, 3 quarterback hurries in just 5 games. He was named the AAC Defensive Player of the Week for one of those games and earned preseason 3rd all-team conference, all those things, and got invited to the Combine. So if you're looking for production, if you're looking for instant impact, Kalia Davis ain't it. And, a big reason why he's 66 on our entire list is predicated upon the simple concept, which players have the largest impact for 2022 only. There's a strong chance, I don't think he'll be starting, but I think he could be the number 3 defensive tackle next year behind Eric Armstead and Javon Kinlaw if everything goes well. That's kind of the plan. So think DJ Jones' career arc trajectory, similar body style, similar numbers, similar. I mean, they're similar parts of the country where they played high school ball at and college ball. So it's interesting kind of what they're doing. This is a long-term play. And, you know, we look at metrics. We don't have a lot. He tore his ACL, so you're not getting a 40. You're not getting a 3-cone. You're not getting jumps. You're not getting all those things. But, you know, if you look at just what you can measure, 9.5-inch hands, 33.5-inch arms, 30 bench press reps, dude's strong, 23 years old. He had 2 official interviews with the 49ers before the draft. This is somebody they were targeting. Not just a player that fell in their lap. Oh, well, let's see what's happened. No. 2 official. Like, if you get 1 interview with the 49ers, that's something. 2 official interviews. And if you look at his tape, okay, so went back and we did a breakdown over on Patreon, which if you haven't checked out our Patreon yet, head over there, patreon.com/49ers Rush Podcast, or just type in 49ers and Patreon in Google. We're the first page that pulls up. We've got videos on all these guys that you can see. His tape tells me 2 things: quickness, penetration. That's what he does. He is a disruptor. He, again, athleticism is off the charts. This dude played linebacker his whole life and didn't change until his redshirt sophomore year. So he's raw still. Never stops running. Motors top notch. He is a tweener. He's a little short. But man, he's a slicer. And so I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Adam Peters, who's, you know, number 2 in line in our personnel department behind John Lynch. You know, he talked about how UCF runs a very similar defensive front as the 49ers, so it's very easy to evaluate. So really like him. My athletic comp is Dominique Easley. My play style comp, what he looks like, is Mike Daniels. So undersized, tough, mean, high energy, slasher that's just going to disrupt play in the inside. That's what he does. Literally, I didn't want to put DJ Jones because I thought that was cheating, but that's what he is. So you just got to understand that's what you're hoping to get out of him. Now, mini camps and all that kind of stuff, OTAs, he was with Javon Kinlaw the entire time on the side of the field, rehabbing, just going through things, which I was surprised. I didn't think he would be doing anything physically, but him and Kinlaw were on the side. They're kind of overcoming very similar injuries, very similar time frames, and so very similar position, body style. It's a big difference whenever you're a 300-pound plus defensive tackle recovering from an ACL and you're a 180-pound wide receiver or corner coming back from an ACL. They're not the same thing. You're carrying an extra 120 pounds on that knee. It changes things. So the fact that they're going through this together, I think, is promising on so many levels. Now, best case scenario, starts off on IR. That's going to happen. So he's going to be around for a while, but he's not going to count as a roster spot. That's a good thing. Earliest thing that he can do is kind of come back, man, I'm guessing November-ish. You know, just because you don't need him. So even if he is a full go at training camp, I guarantee you the 49ers are going to go, nope, you're not cleared. Just keep rehabbing, keep rehabbing, keep rehabbing. They're going to keep him on the side. Now you get a defensive tackle go down. You get 2 defensive tackles go down in October. Then it's time, all right, we need you to start working in. Kalia Davis is a break glass in case of emergency at the defensive tackle position. That's it. That's it. I strongly, really do doubt that he is active in the first half of the season. He's going to be stashed. And again, you know, if this was long-term impact on the 49ers, I think he would probably be closer to like 50, 49, somewhere around there. But because the injury and all those things, Kalia Davis, I don't think we're going to see him this year. Maybe in the end as a rotational guy, and that's it. Next year, he's going to be a lot higher on this list. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this breakdown of Kalia Davis. He's fun. Go watch some clips of his press conference, which I have up on my channel as well. He's a fun guy to talk to. He's hilarious. And so thank you to Josh and Anthony. You guys are incredible executive producers of this series, and we're just going to keep on going through these numbers. 65 up next.